What's going on, people? Welcome to the Cut Loose podcast. This is what episode? One. First episode. Oh, y'all lucky, man. Y'all are great because this is the first episode of Cut Loose. It's about to be crazy. We're gonna cut loose. We're gonna talk about a lot of things. We got a co-host for now. His name is Case.
What's up, guys? How y'all doing?
Depending on how he do today, it might be his last day. Now, as you can tell, what we're doing, we're trying to bring diversity to the podcast, right? So this is why we had this white fella right here come and be a part of the podcast.
Yeah.
From two different worlds. He's not a white boy that's trying to be black, okay? He's white. He's definitely white. So we two different people. But we also got a guest here, man. One of the greatest comedians in our time right now. He's a businessman, entrepreneur. He got degrees, like 30 of them. This man got 30 degrees. Man,
exactly. Say the number.
Exactly. I got 3 right now, working on 4. Second master.
See what I'm saying? So you didn't believe me? That's that white stuff. You know what I'm saying? But I try to this guy, very educated, doing comedy because he wants to, but he's great at it. Like,
He is.
When I see him on stage, he take it serious, man. Like, he rocked the house. He would get on stage anywhere. I saw him down at a homeless shelter. I was passing by trying to get some food to the homeless, and this guy was outside with a microphone telling jokes.
To homeless people?
I said, what are you doing out there? He's like, yeah, man, I gotta get it. I gotta get it.
What kind of jokes do you tell the homeless people?
Hey, man, homeless jokes, man.
Oh,
you know
those
what I'm saying?
You got to tell some
Like,
homeless
don't you hate it
jokes,
when your
man.
cardboard gets wet like that?
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Last day.
I
Before
didn't
we
know.
get started, let's pull up our sponsor, man. We got to shout out to them, man.
So today's episode
Uh-huh.
is sponsored by True Laundry Detergent.
Yeah.
Ooh.
You want to talk about it, Jeffrey?
You talk about it.
Okay, so True is a great... Damn. I just...
Anyway,
Yeah,
so
why
True
you let me
Laundry
do that? Why
Detergent.
is-
This is why we listen. He on trial right now. All right, True Laundry Detergent, man. Let me tell you, this is one of the hottest laundry detergent out there. They've been in the game for like over 13 years. It's taking the world by storm. Make sure y'all go on True Products, thetrueproducts.com, and make sure you say that Cut and Loose so you can get a deal. You can get a discount. When you say the Cut and Loose podcast, you know, you heard about it from the public.
Is there like a
Cut
code?
and Loose podcast. You said what?
Is there a code like you type in?
Well, yeah, I got to do all of that. I haven't done it yet.
They're guaranteed to get the colors out, man. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
You definitely get the colors out.
Yeah, it's also certified. Well certified.
certified. Let's
But you used to bidets and stuff.
Yeah.
You like bidets?
a bidet. I ain't never used one.
Okay, good.
I don't use
Because they
It's
say
fine.
P. Diddy would use a bidet all the time.
I bet he was. I couldn't find the button on the one I saw.
But that's what happened to him.
Yeah.
He kept using all them bidets.
I've
And
heard from a friend that I know he used a bidet, and he said like once you use a bidet, you'll never go back.
Oh.
that's what happened to Diddy. That's why all these men.
Hey, man, give it up to Diddy.
Yeah, so he wasn't raping him. He was just making him use a bidet. Is that what that was?
So, True Laundry Detergent, go to trueproducts.com, thetrueproducts.com. And we're going to have a code and everything, but right now, just tell them you heard about it from the Cut Loose podcast, all right? The next episode, we're going to be good. All right, go ahead. I'll take this one.
Yeah, you probably should have.
But anyway, we got a hot show. We got the producers in the house, man. Shout out to Kristen. Shout out to Frosty. They doing a great job as producers. This man told me not to wear black because I'm black. I don't know how racist that is, but I love him anyway. You know what I'm saying? He one of the baddest producers out there. Case, how you feeling?
I'm feeling good today, man. I woke up, put on clothes, and drove here. I'm feeling good. How about you, Bucky? How are you feeling today?
I mean, I'm feeling good, feeling great, man. I woke up, meditated, ate a banana, no homo, but
A banana.
yeah.
A banana.
Yeah.
You can't even say that, man. I woke up and I ate a banana.
It was good. It was very nutritious. Got all my antioxidants in. It was a good morning.
So you eat a banana every morning?
Oh no, I got them from the calf on school. They was free, so I grabbed a couple.
You black for real. You see that mindset, man? No, but I heard bananas good for you.
Yeah, they are good for you, man. They good. You know what I'm saying? I normally like to cut them up and put them in my Frosted Flakes, but I ain't had no milk.
Okay. So you watch what you eat and everything. You one of them type of people?
Oh no, not really. I mean, I eat what I want to eat. I just don't eat large portions.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So instead of eating the whole 5-piece tender from Popeyes, I'm gonna eat the 3.
You eat pork?
Oh, sometimes, yeah. Oh yes, I love some pork bacon.
You eat pork?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Yeah, I like it. Have you ever had pork tenderloin, Jeffrey?
Pork what?
Tenderloin. It's kind of like a steak, but it's pork.
So Bucky, you all right. No, I ain't never ate it.
No, it's pretty good, man. And
It's
you like
pretty
wrap
good.
it in bacon sometimes.
Who had deer meat before? You had deer meat? Anybody?
I'm sure I have had deer meat before.
I had it one time.
How was it?
No, it was good. It tastes kind of like steak a little bit. A little bit. I don't like the smell though, so that's why I wouldn't do it again.
You're one of those people like you won't eat something if it smells bad.
True that.
Yeah.
I mean, cause think about it. Majority of the food you like the smell, right? You'll go in and say, "This smells delicious."
Yeah.
You know, like give me some of that. So just imagine, what the heck is that? Give me some. You're not gonna do that, right? Am I lying? Because you said, I'm telling the truth, right?
So I don't have a strong sense of smell. So like, that's just not one of those things. Like,
so you have a white nose. You know, y'all nose used to be sharp and stuff like that. You got a little sharp nose. Like,
is that racist?
No, it's not.
Okay,
it's not. They talk about that all the time. Little small lips.
And you look a little Smitherish from Simpsons. Like you got got that Smithers nose, man.
All right, man. We ain't gonna get on the white. I mean, we like whites. We like you.
I do.
We like whites.
Come on, let's shake right now. You see this?
Zoom on this right here.
I hate everybody equally. That's how I be.
I already shook your hand, bro. I don't shook your hand.
You pull out some hand sanitizer right now.
Say it again.
Pull out some hand sanitizer.
Why?
And I was like, if you did,
okay,
that'd be pretty funny. But
okay. So, like I said, this might be case last game. We try to get this man a chance every time, man. But you know, our producers, I'm just be honest. They told us to get rid of you. I'm just gonna be honest. So I said we're gonna give you another chance. All right. And we're not gonna make this show about beating up Case. Yeah, all right. Because let me tell you something. Case is one of the baddest comedians, stand-up comedians out there. So let me put it out there. Let me lift you up. He's a great stand-up comedian. Great.
Thank you.
Like when I first saw you on stage, I was like, okay, this white boy funny. Like he's hilarious. You ever saw him on stage?
I think I have a time or two. I think I saw him.
Man, that boy bad.
Probably wasn't anything good. So
no, it was pretty good.
No, every time you touch the stage, man, I never seen you bomb. You never bombed on stage.
You haven't seen me enough then.
Yeah.
Well, I don't care. I'm just telling you what I never saw you bomb, bro. You bombing on the podcast, but you never bomb on stage, bro. You know that now. That's why, I'm like, man, we gotta have him on the podcast. And then when you started talking, I was like, what the hell? We had him on the podcast, but anyway. But he's a great stand-up. Y'all need to check him out, man. He performing all over the place. So we're glad to have you, man, today. Next week,
the thing about Jeffrey found this out about diversity. It still counts as diversity if you're just going through a lot of white people.
True that.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I don't care what you say. We're gonna keep going. So if you think you could take Case place, let us know, okay? Hit us up. We got an email, cuttingloose studios@gmail. Hit us up if you think you could take his place, man. But you gotta be white though.
You gotta be white.
We're gonna
That's
be
discrimination. That's literally a discrimination lawsuit waiting to happen.
Now you're trying to get us canceled.
Yeah.
Right. You don't have to be white. You don't have to be white.
But it is strongly encouraged.
Definitely strong. Because we need another case. We don't need another wife. We need another case.
Yeah.
So if you think you can do it, man, hit us up on social media platforms and stuff like that. We looking for.
I'll be doing the interviews.
So like I said, every time he talk, everybody just get quiet every time. Like we haven't practiced this, you know what I mean? Everybody get quiet with this man talk. Anyway, Bucky, it's about you today. Tell us, you just in the play. We were talking about it before we came on air. I want to know a little bit about it, man. How was the process getting prepared for the scripts and all of it?
I mean, it was like any other process, really, just studying the script, just kind of seeing the vision of the director going as far as, staging and screening and blocking and making sure where you're supposed to go. And you really just being a cohesive unit, making sure everything flow. So my thing is I want to be believable as possible. You know what I'm saying? I want to be as much as that character and body as much as that character as possible, because again, we got to sell tickets. We got to put on a show for the crowd. And, I want to be the best. I want the production to be amazing.
So did you get this role based off of your so it wasn't a comedic role?
No, not at all.
Okay.
No, it was very dramatic, very serious, because that one scene, it was a lot happening. You know what I'm saying? If you're a black man and you done been pulled over by the police, man, that's a nerve-wracking moment, because only three things could happen. You can go home, you can go to jail, or worst case, you die.
It was a serious role.
Oh yeah, it was very serious.
But how did they pick a comedian? Oh, go ahead.
I was like, what was the play called?
It was called Rooted. Rooted.
Rooted?
Yeah, Rooted. Yeah.
Rooted. All right. That sound black.
No, ROOTED.
Rooted. Okay.
Rooted.
Oh.
I thought you were saying. Never mind.
No. What you talking? Come on. Tell
okay.
Tell.
I'm going to show my whiteness here a little bit. I thought he was saying like the Notre Dame football legend Rudy.
Rudy.
With the T at the end.
Oh,
I was like,
my
what?
God.
True Detergent. Go to trueproducts.com if you want. Get your clothes washed. So 15 years in the business, all right?
What is Rooted about?
It's just be about a young black male who's just trying to figure out life, trying to find his place, find his purpose, and it's kind of see the vision and what his family wants him to do.
Yeah.
So it's pretty serious. Like, on the white side, y'all don't really think about that, But
how did you get the role though?
It was crazy because I was actually on another stage play, and we did the stage play at Uptown Comedy. It was the first time they ever did a stage play at Uptown. I walked off the stage, and this director hands me a card and says, "Call me next week."
Yeah. See, that's what I be talking about when it comes to comedians being in. It's important to do the mainstream rooms like comedy clubs.
Yeah.
Because that's where the producers, the writers, they're going to come to that. So when we go to the bars, and the things like that, open mic, that's to perfect your craft, So if you go to an open mic at a mainstream club, you want to kind of like have your stuff a little tight, just in case, you have some producers there. It's opportunities. You see, just like what he said, they came and handed me a card.
Yeah.
But if you look at the research, every comedian that got an opportunity, someone came in the comedy club and say, "Hey, man, we want to offer you a role," or you know what I'm saying. So yeah, that's good, man.
Most definitely.
That's good. Yeah. So that means you rocked it then. It was like, hey.
Man, oh yeah. It was my first stage play I did. Again, I had another comic just walk up to me and was like, "Hey, you ever acted?" And I'm like, yeah, back in elementary school. I was like, you know what I'm saying? So he was like, "Yeah, man, come to the table read, man." And come to find out, I was starring in it. So I was the main character in my first stage play as an adult. So that, got me to this other stage play opportunity, and it just been getting bigger and bigger.
How was it working with the director?
Man, it was amazing. I felt like she was kind of heaven sent. You know what I'm saying? So, when you start moving and you really want to know what you want to do, the stars align. You just playing a game of connecting the dots, making sure you're in the right place at the right time, and preparation meets opportunity.
Yeah, I asked that because I heard some directors be like buttholes, man. Like,
Oh yeah. But that's the important part is, finding your people. You know what I'm saying? It's everybody want opportunity, but is it the right opportunity that fits you? Because it's easy to think about the money. Everybody want the glitz and the glamour, but the opportunity gotta make sense for your future. You know what I'm saying? And where you want to go. If the vision don't match up with what you want to do, you don't take the opportunity because you're gonna sell yourself short.
What kind of research did you do to like get prepped for this role?
I just look back on all the times I've been pulled over.
Yeah.
Because I've been, you know what I'm saying?
Too many research.
I'm telling you, I got pulled over in South Georgia one time, man. I was in my car, nice Camaro too, man, and they told me my car was stolen. And I was like, last time I checked, I went and got it registered and everything. They done put me in handcuffs in the back of the car. I'm like, this is my car, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, by the time they was done, they was like, man, sorry for that, sir. Have a good day.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, Case, why did y'all do that?
Yeah, why do y'all do that?
I don't know, man. I understand. I have a much different experience with the police.
Is that
a little different? I got pulled over the other day. I asked if I could Venmo the cop. So he was like, yeah, come on. Yeah.
You see this crap? That privilege,
That's
man.
that privilege, man. You got a Venmo.
You got Venmo or Cash App? He was like, yeah, man, come on.
Yeah, that's wild.
And that worked.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Sick of this.
I'm not going to say where I was pulled over.
Yeah, I want to know. I want to know what's going over there.
Tell me, man.
We're going to do the
I know you take Venmo.
Yeah, man. It won't work.
Yeah, it don't work.
You got a gun. My big one.
Myself, man. I don't know.
I ain't got cash.
I ain't got no cash tag.
That's wild.
Crazy.
That's wild. Man.
You asked did they help. I'm still on that, man. So this is real.
That's real. That's wild. Dang.
How you feel to know that we can't do that?
Yeah, we can't do that.
So it's gonna be my last day of vacation. That's it's gonna be 30 my 2 weeks today. Yeah, it's
oh man, that's wild.
Yeah.
Options.
Well, he knew I was joking. He was like, "Oh, very funny." He still wrote me the ticket, but it did, I think.
Oh, that's wild.
Oh, he still wrote you.
Yeah, he still wrote me the ticket. Like it's in my car. Yeah.
Oh man.
And you still haven't paid the ticket.
So Bucky, I got it. So when it comes to acting, like who are some of your like inspirations? So like you look up to like, oh, I take after them.
I'll say first like Eddie Murphy, Richard Pryor. Of course, I like some Denzel Washington.
Yeah.
Even though he only saved white and Spanish women for some odd reason, but I still like him, man. But yeah, them like my, those are like my biggest ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So about the ticket, when you so let me ask you this, Bucky. So you rather do real roles or more comedy, drama, or you want to do them all?
I like to do it all. You know what I'm saying? I'm up for any challenge. I like when people say I can't do something, just so I could try it. So I'm open to try comedic roles just to kind of stretch myself. But I'm open to it all. Dramatic roles. I learned how to cry doing this last role, man. Man, it was hard, man. They had got me an acting coach, and one Saturday I don't know what he did, man. He did something, but next thing you know, man, I was crying. I was like, oh, in there.
What you mean? What he did?
No,
what did he do to make you cry?
Man, he told me this story, man. And somebody's story he told me, and then his eyes start welling up, man. Give it up, man. Give it up for Wes, man. He's amazing, and for real. And next thing you know, I was crying. And then,
Wow.
I just started thinking about some stuff that I had went through in life. And then I was like, it just came out. And then I was like, I could just cry on the cue now.
Yeah, I think it would have been easy for me because I looked at this bill the other day. It was expensive, bro. I was crying, man. Like,
That'll do it, but
yeah, serious. I look at this bill, I was crying.
You said, whoop.
It would have said, think of something. I would have took how much this is, bro. You would cry too.
$400 for lights.
You doing right. Anybody got no $400?
That's wild.
That's cool, man. So where you see your acting, like, you want to be the next Denzel, you want to, Eddie Murphy.
Man, honestly, I want to be the first Bucky. You know what I'm saying?
I like that. I like that.
I'm for real, man, because it's a lot of things. Like they have yet to have a black actor that starred in the film that he direct and or produced.
Okay.
And I would like to be one of the first.
That's never happened before? Where, like, a black man is also directed and starred in the movie?
Yeah, and started.
Tyler Perry do that all the time.
Yeah. But we're talking
But I mean, to win an Oscar and to win some huge awards with it, like I wouldn't mind being the first to do something like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So what you think that qualify you to win? Because like they say, it's a lot of politics.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of it's politics everywhere, man. But again, a good story, a good script with a great actor, man. It's prime to win, man. If God got it for your life, it'll happen.
So are you on the writing end too?
Oh yeah, man. I write.
Okay.
I write, do everything. I want to produce, direct, everything.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
So when you win the Oscar, it'll be because of your writing, your producing. That's where you head.
I want it all.
You want it all?
I want it all.
You gonna try and win the Big Five in the Oscars?
What's the Big Five?
It's well, you can't win one of them, but it's Best Actor, Best Actress, Best Directing, Best Original or Best Screenplay, just writing or adapted, or original or adapted, and Best Picture.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Maybe like a Big Four. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Why not?
Well, I'm assuming if it's your movie, you'd also. I would claim definitely Best Actress.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
That's pretty neat. It's never been done, by the way.
Never been done.
The Big Five?
Yeah, the Big Five. From a black person.
Oh, like, it has been done.
You look at it. It's been done.
It's been done.
Any white folks did it.
Okay.
But whoever done it, though, I'm interested.
So the last one was actually that I can think of was a movie called Parasite, directed by Bong Joon-ho. I probably butchered that name, but it's Parasite, and I haven't seen it yet, but it's an international film, and I think it was one of the first international films to do that. And then another one that won it was Silence of the Lambs with Anthony Hopkins.
Okay.
And, what's her name? Jodie Foster.
Jodie Foster.
Yeah, that won all of them. Those are the only two I can think of off the top of my head right now. But when it is done, it's like usually one of the best movies you'll ever see.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
You ever heard of the movie?
What, Silence of the Lambs?
Silence of the Lambs.
Oh yeah, that's a great movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good, man.
Christian, you ever heard of it?
No, never.
Have you heard
What about you, Frost?
The whole entire series.
Yeah.
3 movies.
Yeah, that's so good, man.
You've never heard of Silence of the Lambs?
No, that's why I was asking them.
Oh, it's a great movie. Yeah.
Came out
it's
in
like,
90s.
it wouldn't be, like, because it's like technically like a horror movie. It's technically classified under that.
Yeah, bro. He was...
And so, like, but, oh man, like, it's not, it's not that fucking scary. But I asked my mom about it. She's like, that's the scariest movie I've ever seen in my life. Because it's about, so pretty much Jodie Foster plays this detective, and she's trying to hunt down, like, these series of murders that are made by the Buffalo Man. And so pretty much, it was like all these women that are being murdered and going missing. And so pretty much that's where she has to, like, go to Anthony Hopkins and be like, hey, like, what do I have to do here? And he's just like, he does his Anthony Hopkins thing and just being a weird little dude. And he just, and so pretty much he's just like, the reason why it's scary to women is because like that's real life. You know, like women get taken all the time.
I thought women liked that kind of stuff. You know, like,
Well, they like true. Well, they like it's a thing of like it. True crime is a thing of like it is actually terrible for you, but because it makes you be afraid to go outside. You know. But it releases that thing. It's like a guilty pleasure thing, kind of like, oh, this is really interesting, and the fact that it happened in real life makes that so much more interesting.
I see.
But Silence of the Lambs, great movie.
Oh yeah.
And when did it come out?
It came out in '92. I
Yeah,
believe.
it came out a long time
You know,
ago.
with that inside, we might not fire you this episode.
Yes!
Oh yeah, he's a movie watcher. So that's.
I watch movies.
Oh yeah, I love some movies.
Yeah.
What was the last movie you watched, Bucky?
Last movie I watched. What did I watch? I watched Django again a couple of nights
Unchained?
ago. Yeah, I love Django.
Django. Which?
Jamie Foxx one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jamie Foxx.
Jamie?
No, that was a pretty good movie.
Yeah,
It was
Django was
It had the
Django was
comedy.
amazing.
Had the comedy. That's cool. All of Quentin Tarantino's movies, though.
Oh yeah,
Are like they had that perfect blend
Yeah.
of like when you were saying like if God makes it for you, you know,
Yeah.
that's like the thing with Pulp Fiction. Like there's no chance that Pulp Fiction should have succeeded.
yeah, that's a classic. That's
And
a
we're also
classic.
going to ignore the fact that Quentin Tarantino wrote himself in the movie
Oh yeah,
just so we can say the N word.
yeah. Oh yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that dead storage scene was crazy. There's
was
a
your
sign
favorite?
on my door that says.
What's your favorite scene in it?
My favorite scene is
That one.
when John Travolta and Samuel Jackson go into an apartment and and they basically go off on Buddy them like, this is a tasty burger.
Oh boy. Yeah.
Do you read the Bible, Brett? That was an amazing scene. It's classic.
What are some of your like? What's your top 3 Tarantino movies?
Let me see. I'll say Pulp Fiction, From Dusk Till Dawn, and Desperado.
Are those last 2 Tarantino movies?
Yeah.
Oh, did he write them?
Yeah,
And-
you seen Desperado with Antonio Banderas, Selma Hayek? He had all the guns in the guitar case.
I didn't know that was a Tarantino.
It's a
Did he
Tarantino.
direct it?
Yeah, that was
He
a
directed it?
Tarantino.
Okay.
Tarantino movie, man.
I don't know if that's true.
Oh, he was in it too.
He directed it?
Yeah. And
Not stupid.
and Chong from Cheech and Chong, man, he was in there. It was a dope movie.
What about you? What are your top 3?
And Johnny Depp was in it too.
I'm still on Django. Do you like Django?
I like Django.
Because you ran out of that conversation like,
Oh yeah. Oh,
Django,
Django, man.
something else.
was-
No,
Django was fine.
Because you described that movie because you was asking me what's your favorite scene from Django.
Exactly.
You put the Pulp Fiction.
You
That's
see-
why I had to correct.
Oh yeah, the favorite scene from Django, probably. What was the favorite scene from Django? Django.
Django.
Django had too many good scenes, man. It was probably when Samuel L. Jackson, you know.
You said that the first time.
I
heard.
in Django, I like.
See, you threw it off. That's what it was.
Did I throw it off? I was asking about. We were talking about Pulp Fiction because it's
Pulp
like if
Fiction.
God made it for you.
Yeah.
That's how
I was
script
asking
comes
about-
along.
Yeah. No, it was probably Leonardo DiCaprio scene when the two Mandingos was fighting, and he was like, "Keep fighting."
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
my
That
favorite
was
one.
fun. That was a funny
When
scene.
they had the mask on, they were coming to get.
Yeah.
That was
That was
funny, bro. They was complaining about the mask.
Don't ask me in my
Yeah.
No.
Don't ask me.
Yeah. That thing was hilarious.
Yeah.
Put shit fire.
Well put
I'd
together,
say
man.
the best acted scene in that whole thing was when Leonardo DiCaprio was sitting at the head of the table and he smashed his hand on the glass and it started cutting.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And that wasn't scripted, so he like wiped the blood on
Yeah.
Kerry Washington's face.
Oh,
He
it
kept
wasn't
going.
scripted.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't scripted.
It
Like he had to
wasn't
get like
scripted.
stitches in his hand
Yeah.
because it went too hard. And he like cut his hand open and he was like, "I will shoot Kerry
Mhm.
Washington right here, right." And then he like wiped the blood on her face.
Wow.
Yeah. And Tarantino was like, "That's the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life." I
Yeah.
think, yeah.
Now Will Smith, you know the new movie.
Emancipation.
Was it Emancipation?
Was
His
that the
last
most
one.
recent one after the slap?
Yeah, it was before the slap. wasn't it? It was
came out
after the
after the
slap.
slap.
I mean, golly.
I like how there's pre-slap Will Smith.
Yeah, you got to put it out there. You got to put it out there.
That's wow.
It's not the same thing, but it's like
Okay,
before
so-
Christ, after death. It's just pre-slap, post-slap. That's the era we're living in right now.
Okay, so what we were saying. So after the slap, then that's what you said. Okay, now they said that movie was intense. Did you hear about
I
it?
haven't seen it yet. I'm gonna have to go watch it.
Yeah, I guess I'll have to watch it.
Yeah.
Let's meet back next week and we'll discuss it. No.
I don't like how they be putting some movies just to make us mad. Like,
No, I mean that's the whole point. I think.
it is a point, but especially the way he said he was preparing for that movie. You know, the white people that was in the movie was actually saying they just took it too far.
That's an SNL skit.
Yeah,
isn't it?
but I mean, it brings out a different type of actor when you can have people literally go that far.
I understand. That's why I couldn't play that. I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
It's just like I was looking at one video online, and it was for Resurrection Sunday. It's supposed to be a play or a movie or something like that. And the guy was carrying the cross, supposed to be Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
And the people, they was hitting him and stuff. But it was actually some people in the crowd hit him hard. Like,
Ooh.
they was tearing him. And so he started fighting back. Like, no shit. He started kicking him. It was one lady, she hit him and ran across the other. I said,
You
okay.
imagine just with a cross.
Yeah, man.
Just with the cross, you're just like, oh,
Yeah.
just be dropped it. You're like,
No,
oh, stop, come on.
He was kicking with the cross. He couldn't take it no more. That's how I know that wasn't real Christ. You know what I mean? I couldn't have did it, bro.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah. So what role? Okay, I know you want to get into acting stuff, but what role would you turn down? Like, what would be too far?
I mean, I would never. Well, I wouldn't. I'm not gonna say. Well, I'm not gonna wear a dress. I can't do.
Oh, you
that.
wouldn't do
Okay.
like a man transitioning to a woman in that like experience?
No,
You wouldn't do a
only
dress,
because
bro.
I got sons. Like I got two sons, so I wouldn't want to, do that. And I probably wouldn't play a scene where I like, force myself on a woman. I wouldn't do that.
Okay, yeah.
I wouldn't.
Because that just sets like, well, the second half
Yeah.
of that sets a bad example. But the first part, that's like the whole, like making, like you would want a trans actor to do that man transitioning into a woman, right?
I mean, wouldn't it kind of make sense?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, I was just like getting clarification.
You know what I'm saying? It would kind of make sense.
The second half, that's
Yeah. And I wouldn't want to do no scene like Ving Rhames did in Pulp Fiction. I wouldn't want to do that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't want
So every time when Kay say something, we gonna
to.
thetrueproduct.com. Make sure you go and get your
Good on
product.
colors.
Come on, man. Sponsor. They sponsoring.
They got 101 loads. Look at that. Right there. That's what it says on the thing. I was reading.
Thetrueproduct.com. Make sure you support it. All right. Anyway. So yeah, Bucky. So we get it. I know I'm glad you said that. It's nothing wrong with that. I hate that we living in a world where you want to be honest and be yourself, and people come at you just being yourself.
Oh, yeah.
If you don't want to wear a dress, don't wear a dress.
Yeah.
So you say that, and then people come at you and be like, "Oh, how could you? How could you?" He wanted. That's his
Yeah, it's
decision.
just I don't have nothing against nobody. It's just a
Yeah,
preference.
that's your decision.
Yeah,
It shouldn't be anything wrong with it.
yeah,
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
yeah.
Like, I don't like, okay, let me ask you guys. Both of you guys are comedians, producer, comedian, and Frosty, our other producer, he loves comedy. But, let me ask, how y'all feel about people trying to put us in a box when it comes to telling jokes? Like, you can't say certain things anymore. Like when I started, I did an interview with the Stand Up Corner. Shout out to them. I did an interview with them, and when I started, they were actually telling you to kill yourself if you wasn't funny. Like, audience, kill yourself.
Oh yeah.
So they let you know that they was more tough back then, tougher back then. Nowadays, you can't say kill yourself when you're not funny.
Yeah.
So they let you know how it's changing now when it comes to certain things. Like, it's just me. I don't mind white comments saying it's just me though.
So what you're saying?
I just want to see how. So what I'm saying, before we was on air, you said
I did not say that. I did not say that. Christian, I want you to really focus in on this part. I did not say that.
We have witnesses.
No, we don't. Actually, he put the words in my mouth. This is defamation. This is the way to go. Get me out of this. I didn't slip nothing out.
But I watched the brothers in the room when you said,
no, you didn't. You looked directly in my eyes and you went, you said the N-word. Am I right, guys? Am I right?
watched Frosty. He immediately went in his phone, contacted people. They weren't what I said. I saw it. Like, what?
Frosty, don't do like that, man.
Frosty, like,
So what I'm saying is, I don't mind.
I'm just here.
I don't mind, bro.
You heard that. He didn't take your side. He said he's not here to get fined.
Quote it. Allen Iverson, Marshawn Lynch, whatever. Which one?
Oh, see, that's racist.
Oh, see what I'm saying?
See, you see? He didn't even have to say it. Say it.
It's strike one. What?
True detergent.
Detergent.
You go to trueproducts.com. Man, we putting y'all out here, man. We ain't supposed to do that many breaks. But every time he mess up, we gonna put y'all on.
We're gonna get a lot of money from this sponsor.
I'm telling you.
Case last day, man.
But honestly, I feel like, man, comedy is art.
Mm-hmm.
And art imitates life. You know what I'm saying? So we don't do anything but mirror the culture that's out here.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So honestly, in comedy, I feel like there shouldn't be much we couldn't say.
Yeah.
Because we got to make people laugh at the end of the day.
That's right.
People come to comedy shows, they have personal life issues going on, life going on.
Mm-hmm.
You never know what brought them to a comedy show.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So being able to kind of, have, explore our art and, grind at it, man, and make people laugh. I mean, who don't want to do that? Allow us to, perform our art, perfect our craft, man.
That's
Like
right.
it shouldn't be a limitation on what we do, man. And I hate that with society. Everybody too sensitive, but then want to get behind closed doors and talk about how they think and feel.
Everything.
Like talk shit.
You know what I'm saying?
Everything.
So come to a comedy show. Let us say what we want. If it's funny, laugh. If it ain't, pack your and go home.
Yeah. I mean, I'm with it. I'm with it.
I'd say I feel like you could say anything on a stage as long as it's tasteful. You know what I mean? So like for me, there's certain things like I know I can't be tasteful within that approach of a joke. Like for me, I don't think men should make sex jokes. You know what I mean? Because there's it's all the same. Dude, like penises are weird. Am I right? But like you look at other like female comedians who make
Do it all the time.
they all make great sex jokes.
Yeah.
They're all so funny, well crafted, and well written because they are getting the weird side of it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because like there's no real weird shit that happens to a guy during sex.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
Well,
I would also say like make fun of your own. Like, because where you're going to really thrive making these tasteful jokes is thriving in your own self.
Yeah, your own self.
You know, like I can't go up on stage and be like, black people, am I right? Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
That's,
I mean, you can.
I could.
You might.
We won't follow your home, but you can.
No, but it's just one of those.
I know what you say.
But it's one of those things of like, I know I can make a very tasteful joke about white people, you know, and make fun of the weird shit white people do, you know. But like, you know what I mean? Like, it's a tough thing to talk about.
Well, case in point, but like what Bucky was saying and what you saying, that's true. But at the same time, if it's my truth, let me do my truth. And a real comedian, we talk about the gift about comedy. We can take our problems and make it funny.
Mm-hmm.
it's our problem. You know, it's things that we see.
It's my life.
And guess what? It helps us get over. You know, it like I was joking about a bill. You know, we got bills and we got things. So if I'm able to joke about not being able to have the money for the bill, it lighten it up for me.
Oh yeah.
Instead of sitting around thinking about how I'm gonna pay this bill and be depressed.
Yeah.
So I take that and I will go on stage and I talk about it. So the thing about it is finding your audience. So there's audience out there that can relate, white and black.
Oh yeah.
In our circle, there's a lot of broke white comedians.
Man.
You know what I mean? So,
Damn right, yeah.
Struggling artists.
We
Give it up for the
put you out
struggling
there.
artists.
But
It's just Kings. He's the only broke white one out there. The rest of them are making good money, but
you see what I'm saying, though? So finding your audience, man. So the thing about it is, funny is funny. You know, I might not find certain things funny, but that's just not.
because comedy is subjective.
It's
Yeah.
in that
subjective.
aspect.
That's you know. So we go to different locations, and you have gay and you know transgender, all of them up there talking about their life. You know, and you know, unfortunately, even though the society trying to get us used to it, everybody's not used to it.
Yeah. And
So
the thing
you
like-
can still feel the tension in the room when they get up and talk about certain, but they still able to talk about it, you know? So if I feel a certain type of way about a certain thing, I still should be able to express myself too. So you see, they don't want you to say certain things, so they put you over here, but this group right here can say whatever they want to say.
Mhm.
And it's just not right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, because like it's going back to being tasteful thing, you know, and I like try to keep an open mind with
Right.
that kind of stuff. So like when there is like a gay or an LGBTQ
Right.
member up on stage telling jokes, I'm gonna keep an open mind, like, oh, I never thought about it that way,
Yeah.
and stuff like that. But if you are like a straight man, you go up there and be like, fuck the gays, oh, that's gonna be taken out of context. But but if you're going to, like, it's just you have to keep an open mind with comedy because, like we were saying, comedy is subjective, and everyone's gonna have their own lane. Like I know people who don't find me funny, but I know people who find me really funny.
Yeah.
So it's those things of like,
Yeah, like we don't find you funny. Man.
yeah, man. Again, you're a diversity hire, you know. Yeah, that's true.
No, go ahead, brother.
But it's a thing of like what I was saying earlier. It's like if I hear a comedian making another joke up on stage, I tend to just kind of turn my ears off.
Yeah.
And going back to like, oh, what were you saying about?
But because too, we love the art. Everybody we love. Christian, you love the art of comedy. I can tell he loved the art of comedy. I can tell he loved the art of comedy because they just laugh anyway. You know, they find like certain jokes. We see certain comedians go up there and just say anything, right?
Yeah.
I definitely don't agree with some of the things that they say, but I still show them love after they get off stage. I ain't gonna call them names, but they get on stage, and I actually know this guy that he talk about whatever, and he a killer on stage.
Yeah.
But I don't agree with his comedy, but it's still funny. Like he just, you know, because I study all of comedy. I study how you hold the mic. I study the whole thing. I love comedy. And he get on stage and he kill every time. And I give him his props. I give him doubt. I don't shake his hand because I don't know where his hand been. But I do give him doubt.
Yeah.
But this man, he rocked the stage all the time. I never seen him have a bad show. Get on stage. But again, most of his set, I don't agree with.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you're like, okay, that's funny.
But it's still like, because he killed the crowd every time, man.
Like, yeah, you can't help but
I can't
Yeah,
help
you got
but to be like, you got to take your hat off and give it to this guy.
Yeah, and
You
like
know?
I think that's another big killer, or like an Achilles heel of like other comedians is like pride. You know what I mean? Or like it's okay to take pride in your jokes. Like I think this is funny.
Yeah.
But pride cometh before the fall.
Oh yeah.
You know, and so them not asking for like, hey, like Jeffrey knows, literally the first 3 months I've been doing comedy, I'd be like, hey man, how can I improve? How can I do this?
Yeah,
this,
yeah,
and
yeah.
that? Jeffrey was like, please stop asking me how did you get in my house.
I ain't say that. Don't tell him I said that. Say what I really said. Don't ask me. You
So what he really said was I asked him like, "Hey man, you got any tips for that set and stuff like that?" Because like I was starting out, I wanted
Yeah.
and which I think that's important. Is like that's the whole point. Is like be a leech. Get as much information from as many different comedians as possible.
True.
Because that's how you're gonna. While you may not be for everybody, you're gonna be funny to 80% of people rather than 50% of people.
Right.
And so what he told me, what you told me, which oh God, I hate fucking saying this, but he was just like, stop asking me. No, he was he's like, who are you, white boy? You want to come on the podcast? but no, what he said was like, no one is going to have any tips for you because you already are so well within yourself on stage.
Right.
Right. And that's the main thing. People are going to be like, be more comfortable on stage.
Oh yeah.
Which but yeah, I think some comedians, like I know comedians where they just like have absolutely just ate shit up on bed or up on stage.
Them be the ones, and them be the ones that come at you like, so how'd I do?
It's like I did.
You know how you did.
You.
You know how you did. Like
You like that was pretty good, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, what are you doing?
No, man.
if you gotta ask comics, if you have to
It's like,
ask,
I am so bad.
you know that you did not do good.
Yeah.
You're upset.
Yeah, because usually when you do good, the music gonna come and dap you.
Oh yeah, they gonna come.
As soon as you get off stage, they go, man, great set, man.
Up for real.
Great set. Now they come to you and say, keep going.
Yeah.
You already know.
You already know.
You were done, man.
You already know.
Say, hey man, that was better than last week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They just do their shoulders like, hey, man.
I'm telling you.
Or they ask,
I know when I had a good night. If I see Jeff at a show and I come in, he'd be like,
kill him, man.
He won't even say, he'd be like,
yeah, a beast. Yeah, I give people their props. So, even the ones that I didn't think that do so well, I still come and say, hey, man, work on this a little bit, man. You had them right here. I don't like not just, because, come on now, you bomb. You ever bomb, you feel like the world is about to end. You don't want to talk to nobody. You depressed, you sad, overthinking everything. You already came to the show like, like, I'm going to do comedy because everybody told me I'm funny. I'm going to go up there and kill this set.
It's like, I better go into accounting or something, man.
Yeah, man. Like, so, I let them know, hey, man, keep going, Don't give up. Don't worry about this. You got to keep, like, especially if you have a new joke, you got to work that thing out until it become funny. You know what I mean? Like, it might not be funny off top. And I can just imagine you see other comedians going before you, and they just murdering the stage. And most of them feel afraid with trying new jokes.
Because they are so well.
Exactly.
And, like, that's, there's a comedian who is in, like, the area. Is it Damian Turner? Have y'all seen him?
Yeah.
Damien, he did this workshop the other day, and I went to it, and Christian was there as well, and he said something great about it. You should correct me if I butcher this, but pretty much what he said was like, comedy is not a place for the ego. If you're coming in this as an egotistical thing, like, I'm a killer and I don't need anybody's help, nobody's advice, you're not going to kill. You will never be able to network, you'll never be able to move further, and you'll stay in your little lane.
Oh yeah.
But there are some people who make it through the cracks. Of just like they have undeniable talent of like, okay, but they still don't even get down far. But if you are, it is a spiritual journey. It is a self-discovery journey. And if you are able to live within that, he said, the biggest thing he said at the end of that is like, you need to tell comedy, when you do comedy, you need to tell the truth with a capital T.
You got to. And that's the biggest thing. Another caveat to that is just finding your voice.
That's right.
A lot of comics come in and they want to sound like this person
or be
like this person.
Yeah.
Like being your authentic self, speaking your truth, and just finding your voice. Once you find your voice, it's over.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It take time.
And it take time.
It's
not easy. Some people have a quick turning around.
Yeah.
It's no different than certain athletes. It's a difference between somebody that want to play a sport and then an athlete. Athletes, there's a quick turnaround in the information you giving, dissecting it and then applying it. Yeah. It's the same way with
mindset.
Well, that's another true statement too. That's true. But even finding yourself, some jokers think you're going to find yourself and you hitting the stage one night a week once every other week. No, you gotta hit that stage pretty much every night.
Yeah.
And that
If
was,
you really want to find yourself.
yeah, that first year, like my first year of comedy, I was hitting stages once, probably a couple times a night, wherever I could find a stage. I was just hitting it.
Where everyone would
because
listen, yeah.
It take them. You got to get them reps. You got to get it.
It's like working out as a muscle.
Yeah.
And I would say, like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
Yeah, no, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, so like being a comedian too, that's like you were saying with athletes, it's a different mindset. You know what I mean? Like I invite my friends out to shows every now and then, just be like, hey, come on down, watch. And I'll tell a story real quick. I don't mean to take up all the time.
Go ahead, man.
Yeah, man. So I was at this one mic. And
You white? Go ahead.
Yeah.
You just think you could just do whatever you want.
You see, that's that white privilege kicking in. You know what I'm saying? I'm white. I could.
Let me indulge myself a little bit, but
Go ahead.
So, anyways, I invited 3 of my friends, right? And I told them driving to the place. It was in right outside Midtown. It was down from where the hangar used to be. Y'all remember the hangar?
No.
Or it's like the old airplane hangar, but it was a mic down the street from there.
Okay.
And so pretty much I told my friends when we parked, I'm like, hey guys, I'm doing new stuff tonight. I will bomb. I want you to know that. This person you see, like, oh, this girl.
Right.
Like, you're going to see me flounder up there. And I went up. By God, I bombed. I floundered. I even got heckled by a competing podcast, Hooch. I will never forgive you for that. I said, I did this one joke, and he goes, not this. He goes, not this. But, Hooch. And I bombed, and he wasn't even on the list, but he heckled, like, it was good. It was good. He heckled me so hard that the host comes back up, and he goes, you had the heckle of the night. Do you want a beer? He goes, can I get stage time? They go, sure, come on up. And, yeah, man. Well, Hooch is a dear friend of mine, and that's how we became friends. I will never. That's one thing.
Hooch, you gotta love Hooch. Man.
Yeah, man. I love him, dude. I love him to death.
And Carlos, but those guys, hey, they special.
Anyways, when we were driving home, I live with the guy, and if you listen to this, if you're listening to this, he won't. But if you're listening to this,
he gonna listen.
You already know what happened. So don't even try to defend it at home. So I'm driving him home. I drove that night, which is still so crazy. I was like, these assholes didn't even offer, but I was like, no, you got it, man. But he goes, I could do this. He just like said straight up, like, I could do comedy. And I'm like,
really?
Okay. And I'm like, you think so? And he goes, yeah, man, all you have to do is maintain confidence. And I'm like, that is not.
Definitely not.
That's probably a quarter of it.
I love to hear that type of stuff. Like, get on stage.
And that's what I told him. I was like, if you think you can do it, strap up the boots. Go up on there. Do the work.
Let me tell you, I saw plenty of people say, hey, I could do this. And they get on stage, and it's like one of the worst feelings. And you can tell they embarrassed because their bottom lip be shaking.
Their knees are shaking.
Yeah. I say, how you feel?
I'm telling you, I saw that happen one time live. I was down in Albany, Georgia. And I did a show with Ashima Franklin and K-Dub, Mario Torre. And this guy was in the crowd heckling a little bit. And K-Dub was like, you think you can do comedy? He was like, yeah. And he go up on stage and he bombed so bad.
Yep.
So I saw K-Dub, man, give it up to K-Dub.
Yeah,
and
K-Dub.
Man, he roasted this dude for 15 minutes straight.
Just off the cuff.
Just off the cuff,
know
man.
K-Dub, man. He's a beast.
And this,
I don't think I've seen him.
Like, the dude got roasted so bad, he just left the show. Like, he was just walking out with his bill, just hands shaking.
Especially K-Dub, man. Yeah. He's relentless, man. K-Dub is relentless on stage.
He don't stop. He don't stop.
You done.
He don't stop. That's the thing. He does not stop.
And he quits.
It's like a machine. It's just he's going. Yeah.
It don't stop.
His timing is crazy.
It's crazy. Yeah. So I saw the dude left. He left the show, and it was in a theater, bro. He just walked out. Just go home.
Yeah, I would have left.
Yeah. I mean, they told you to kill yourself. So you did.
That's what I'm saying. I did shows with K-Dub too. K-Dub got on me, man. I knew that he was hosting it one night, and they said K-Dub hosting. and I was like, yeah, I ain't going. I ain't get on stage.
So I'm doing new material. I can't go up.
I was like, I ain't get on stage. Man.
You gotta
so
go.
K-Dub, he heard, they told him, they said, yeah, Sir Jeff said he ain't getting on stage because he know you hosting. So he came to me. Instead of talking to me, talking to me face to face, he don't go up on the mic and talk about it. So yeah, this right here, he ain't gonna get on stage because I'm up there hosting. Who you think you is? You better go ahead and get on stage. I'm gonna say it. You want to go and say about that man. Everybody look at him and say, oh, you look at like, oh, bro. I was sitting up there, my lip was shaking, man. And they came to me.
Telling you.
And I still don't say it. I don't care what he said. I said right now, I was embarrassed.
Yeah, man.
I'm telling
You know how you try to talk, and then you try not to cry, your voice start.
Yeah, I'm just what the
color.
I got roaches.
Yeah. He came to me and gave me some damn. He was like, man, yeah, man, you got to get on stage, man. And I was like, so why you didn't say that when you? I was like, well, you didn't say that when you out there, man.
It's like a tear accidentally come down your eye. You're like, God damn it! You just.
I'm telling you.
True detergent.
True logic detergent.
I was doing good. I ain't asked you to come in.
Get yourself.
Doing material. Man. I'm glad you're not on stage.
It's good
with
old
me, bro.
colors.
So, budget.
Shout out to K-Dub. He's a beast, man. He's a traveling comedian doing his thing, man. But that thing make you tougher,
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Bombing
type of stuff.
does.
Yeah,
Really
bombing
form the
make you
character.
tougher, man. Like I said, I when I did my interview for the stand-up corner, and it was true stories. They gave the audience balls. Everybody had a bag of balls to throw at the comedians, so they weren't funny. And the little balls hurt too.
It's like the little plastic ones, like in a ball
so
pit.
that night I didn't, I never. Unfortunately, I was actually funny, so they just didn't ball me. I had to really get them in the pocket where they forget about balling, because you think every comment I see BET comedians, Def Jam, they was all there that night, and they all got balled. So I just knew that I was gonna get balled that night, so I was prepared. I was like, yeah, they gonna ball. LeVar Walker was there. And LeVar, I was like, yeah, you going on stage? LeVar was like, hell no, I ain't getting on that stage, bruh. They ain't finna ball me, bruh. I said, all right, so I'm going to go in there and get on stage anyway. I went on there, man, and I was shocked. I did 10 minutes, right? And I was looking around like, I know they finna hit me. What I mean? But they didn't hit me, man. It was a great set. But I know the balls hurt because I was like, all right, so
They have welts on them?
No, I asked one of them to throw a ball. I said, man, just hit me. I just want to see. And they hit me. I said, God, what y'all put in these balls, man?
When I put sand in them.
Yeah, it was something in them, bro. Like, LeVar said he ain't going upstage like that. I don't blame him, man. Like, but I wanted to challenge myself, so that's why. No, I'm going to tell you what happened. I just thought about it. I'm going to tell you what happened. Dexter Tucker, you ever heard of Dexter?
Yeah, I heard of Dexter.
That's Chris Tucker, brother. Comedian Chris Tucker, comedian actor. I was riding with him because I was young. I was extremely young.
And how old are you now?
Don't worry about it.
Old enough.
Yeah. Hardly, yeah. Anyway,
I'm not an ARP, I can tell you that.
So he took me. Don't worry about it. This is his last day. He's making it easier for us to let him go.
I thought it was looking good.
So yeah, he said, man, look, 'cause I wasn't gonna get on stage that night, and I rode with him. He came pick me up, and I definitely couldn't get in the club unless I was with an adult. That's the messed up part about it. And so I went with him, and he was like, hey man, you not getting on? I said, no, I'm not. They throwing balls at everybody. Like, why would I? Like I'm looking at these guys that I, watch on TV, and I know they beasts. They all killers on stage, and they balling them too. I said, I ain't get on stage. He said, all right, if you don't get on stage, you're gonna have to find you another ride home.
Oh,
and I was like, wow.
That's how we doing it.
Yeah. And my lips started shaking.
But-
I said, all right, we'll go up there. I'm good. Tell my jokes. But and so it actually helped me because it made me kind of mad that he wasn't going to take me on.
Yeah.
And I did great. I don't know. I don't forgot the joke what I started out with. I wish I remember, but it won the crowd over, broke him immediately. I was up there for 10 minutes, man, and he was like, see, that's what I was saying.
Yeah,
He was like, you never come unprepared. Like, you always got to be prepared. And he said, every mic, especially starting out, you go to, get on the mic. Don't talk about I'm coming here just to observe. You don't get better just, you can observe, but you got to observe and then get on stage.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to ask you this, Bucky, because it's a trendy thing amongst comedians when it comes to joke stealing. How you feel about that?
It's terrible. I mean, one time I went to a show and it was one of the local talents, Shaggy Roster, man. He invited me out. He was like, man, come through tonight. And I walk in the building and dude performing my joke.
What?
And I was like, at least if you gonna perform it, you gotta perform the hell out of that. You know what I'm saying? You just can't you can't go bomb a joke now. Like,
man.
you gotta
Someone else's
bring
joke,
it. Yeah, someone, but I was just like, when he saw me, he froze up. Like,
so he knew what he was doing.
He already knew what time it was.
But he invited
you know
you out too, didn't he?
No, it wasn't the guy that invited me out. It was the guy the comic that was on stage when I walked in. And I looked at him and I was just like, bruh, come on, that's terrible. But I think joke stealing is terrible. There's nothing wrong with taking a premise, but
putting your own spin on
putting your own spin on it, but to take a whole joke verbatim, word for word.
Yeah, because that's where they messing it up at.
Yeah.
Like, how would you
a joke. Because certain jokers will say, you actually took a premise, and they would say you took my joke.
Yeah.
No, it was a premise.
It's a premise because it's a different thing. Because if you talk about Cadillac on 24s, but your experience with Cadillacs on 24s is totally different from this mug.
Okay, a little bit more. Explain premise though.
Yeah,
That's comedy talk.
Just a premise is just really an idea.
Okay,
that's basically what it is.
Yeah.
But then to go from the premise and then just go verbatim into everything,
or like go into the same alleyway,
the same act, the same punches, the same innuendos, whatever.
Yeah,
you done took the joke.
So
now,
how would you? I guess you already answered it, but like, how would you define joke scene? Like, what is the minimum that to you is like the requirement? Like, okay, you just stole this joke. What's that like minimum line there?
The minimum is when you start taking punchlines.
Yeah.
Once it's like, bro, that's my punchline. Like,
so it goes like premise, you're good.
Yeah.
Punchline.
Yeah. Punchline. The way you taking the joke on the ride.
Yeah.
Bro, you done took the joke, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we all have certain qualities that may be similar, but it all shouldn't be the same.
Yeah, that's true, and that's why I don't really, I don't try to get into watching a lot of stand-up comedy, because you could be watching a lot of stand-up comedy and thinking you done came up with an idea,
and
but
you
didn't
didn't.
Actually end up watching somebody else so much.
Yeah,
that you just like naturally, you're just like.
That's why I don't. That's why I don't like watching other comedian sets before mine.
That's right.
And the more personal you make your comedy, the less likely it is for people to steal it.
Yeah.
So make it more personal to your life and your experience. You know what I'm saying? Because like your encounter with homeless people in Atlanta may completely different than mine.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, but I'm gonna talk about it in a way to where if somebody hear you telling a joke, they're gonna be like, "Man, that's Bucky joke, bro."
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
And
That's Bucky joke.
Have you ever had like a similar premise to someone, or like a similar like alleyway, and you had to ask them like, "Yo, is this like?"
I ain't answering the comment shit.
Or because I had to, no, so there was a comedian at the Punchline. That was what it was.
Okay.
I was at the Punchline, and Nick was hosting that night. Nick Murphy, great comedian.
Yeah.
And so he had this joke about love on the spectrum. And I was just like, shit, I literally wrote one earlier this day. And so I went up to him after, I'm like, hey, would you consider that, like, because I don't have to perform it, but, like, would you consider this down that same joke stealing way? Which the joke I said wasn't good. But it was one of those things of, like, hey, I didn't want to cross that line and to be like, oh, that's Nick Murphy's same exact joke. You know what I mean? So I just wanted to make sure. And he was like, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, again, comedy is subjective. So the way you deliver the joke, as long as it's not the same as that comedian, it's your joke. Just don't be using the same punchlines. That's weird.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And then too, like I said, you could besides even telling jokes, you could be hanging around somebody so long, you start to pick up their personality. You know, start to say certain things like them, and because you've been around them for so long.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing with comedy. You have to be careful. As a comedian, you want to do comedy, take it serious, and then be like, okay, look at tonight. I can't look at so many comedians.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to end up, because we're going to talk about our personal thing or whatever, but at the same time, it can still be kind of like in the same idea of somebody else.
Yeah.
And so I want to be in the clear to make sure that I ain't picking it up because I heard you or I see you a lot.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, most of the time, like last night I was on stage.
Yeah.
And Hooch came to me. He was like, man, it's just like you having fun on stage, And I was like, yeah, that's my whole thing. Like, I didn't have a direction that I wanted to go. A lot of times I would get on stage and just talk. Yeah. So I could come up with material, especially if I'm in a room full of comedians, right? So I'm up there just talking and having fun with it,
Yeah.
coming up with, ideas. So last night, I could come up with, I like this, I like that, so I could keep that. This right here, I was just talking, just running my mouth. But I could keep this right here. So now I'm taking something that that other comics seen me do, just running around, running my mouth and talking. Because I actually had this happen to me, especially when I started. This veteran comedian, I'm not going to call his name, but he actually, so I was asking him about a joke idea that I had. And I said, okay, I'm going to try it. So I tried it on stage. He went up after me. And he did my same joke, but he did it to show me, how.
So he didn't steal it, but he was saying, like, hey, this is how you should do it.
Well,
Okay.
Let me finish. So
True laundry.
even when he was on there, he was like, hey, when he was telling the joke, he was looking at me. He was like, see, this is how you deliver.
Yeah.
Right? Everybody was there. And so I was like, okay, cool. So when he got off stage, he was telling me, yeah, you hit it like this, you hit it like that, blah, blah, blah. I said, all right, cool. And this comic, I really look up to him, too. He's no longer here. But he passed like 2 years ago.
Okay.
So I look up to him. That's why I'm going to respect him, not saying the name. But man went back on stage, and he kept doing the joke, He took the joke and started running with it. Me, I was still young in the game, so I'm stupid, I was just sitting there like, oh yeah, he took my joke, yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's how I took.
Yeah.
I'm silly.
Oh, you thought it as a respect thing because you looked up to him.
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
He thinks my joke is good.
Yeah, it was really good. And then here I am trying to do that same joke. They looking at me like, oh, you stole that from. I'm like,
that's my joke. Oh yeah, he took it right in front of you.
Oh yeah, he did.
That's wow.
But he did it at first. It was like in a respectful way.
Yeah.
Like, that I thought. But as he kept continuing, now this is a working comment. He's he doing a lot of things. He give 10 grand a show.
Oh yeah.
He one of them type of comedians.
Oh yeah.
But again, I never brought it up. I just said, well, I'll come up with something else.
Oh yeah, because
that's how I took it.
A vet comic could take your joke, man. I done had a vet comic walk up to me after the show, man. You know that one joke you got? I like that. And I was like, okay, yeah, he probably.
It's a wrap.
It's a wrap. He done said.
So
he
that's
done
really
said that.
unfortunate.
Oh
that
yeah,
you didn't write that one.
But I was like, it was an early joke. I was like,
It was like you can take
I
it.
write I was like, I write new jokes all the time.
All right. We gonna
4 times concentrated. Sorry, that's my bad.
True detergent, man.
True
Y'all make
detergent.
sure y'all go to thetrueproducts.com. They
Good
got
on the colors.
Great. Yeah, man, this is great, man. Great product. Thank you for sponsoring the Kuttin Loose podcast, man. We're gonna keep going. Our partnership gonna keep growing.
Yeah.
We're gonna put y'all out there, man. We're gonna do you great. All right. So make sure y'all support them. I'm telling you.
Mm-hmm.
Great company, great people, great owners, great employees. I met everybody. I walked the campus and everything. So it's great people, man. Great people, great people.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bucky, for coming, man.
Man, no doubt.
We got to keep having you, man, because you, we flow better. Yeah. Right? You think so?
I think so.
Hey man, let me know.
If you have anybody that wants to take K's place, let me know. I know you know a lot of people, all right?
What did you think about K's?
Yeah, why would you review? No,
Hey,
first,
man.
first, hold up. First, review the podcast itself, or should we do my performance and then the podcast and my performance?
Boy, we talking about you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I
Shit.
think Case is he a little racist, just a
Never
little
mind.
bit. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
I
sprinkle
am
a little bit
not.
on
All
it.
right.
But that's okay because I'm a little,
I'm not.
I'm a little messed up myself. But I think he's a good host, man. He comes with a lot of information, a lot of
he good.
different perspective, and yeah, man, he good, man.
All right, just talk to me after
Yeah.
and tell me what you really
I'll
think.
Venmo you after this. Don't
Yeah,
worry.
man. Venmo, all that money you was gonna get at Cop, go ahead and divvy it between, the
It's going to
producers
you,
and
Bucky,
all
this.
that.
All right. Case, that was pretty good, man.
I got one question though.
But I'm
What's
so
up?
glad that he don't work for the podcast.
Dude, yesterday when we were at that mic, Christian goes, "You've been demoted. You're just going to be my assistant now."
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what Christian said.
That's cool. I like that, Chris. I like that
Yeah,
idea. 'Cause, behind the mic, this man is ridiculous. But yeah, man, we out, man. Thank you for tuning in. Cut Loose Podcast. Hey, we got more to come. It's about to get bigger and bigger. The boys, we coming for you, bro. Shout out
Coming
to
for
the
the
boys
boys.
podcast, my boy.
No
Carlos.
shout out. It's all hate. No, it's not. I love them.
Carlos and Hooch, man. Shout out to them, man. They doing their thing, man. We doing some things. All right, y'all stay tuned and follow us. We're gonna have Bucky back, man.
Yeah,
even
for
when
sure.
We have other guests. 'Cause
Awesome.
Bucky off the chain. We like Bucky. All right.
Just so you know, now you can't go on For the Boys.
Oh,
Man, don't listen.
oh yeah.
Don't listen.
Carlos my dude, man. I got a fool Carlos. Carlos my dude.
Carlos,
man.
hey, they
Carlos
cool,
my
man.
dog.
No, they're cool.
No, don't try to switch it up.
No, I love you, Carlos. I love you.
No, don't try to switch it up.
I love no.
No, now. All right, we out of here, man.
Yeah.
Peace.